Ivan Silayev has taken control of a special committee on agricultural and food supply in the country. Vladimir Vonjaga was appointed to a special committee. On material and technical resources. What is the situation in Russia with material technical supply? I must begin by correcting some mistakes that have been made in the reporting on this issue. We can say that we do not have enough materials because of the year-by-year collapse of our economy. We do not have enough raw materials, and we know about the problems with imported materials and consumer goods, medicines, for example. But today we have adopted a program for transition to a market economy. This program includes a plan to awaken and use the enormous potential of our economy. Let's support and uncover our economic potential, and on this basis we will meet the needs of our economy. A short answer cannot be given, but our program is more detailed and deep. What's the difference between your committee and the Gosnob, State Supply Commission? Gosnob directly distributes resources without having to answer for the results of this distribution and redistribution. We have been created to organize this work, to create normal conditions for the work of this branch of industry, of the economy. To organize economic relations on a more horizontal basis. Insofar as the interests of the state with regard to resources must be defended, we must buy for state purposes, for the army, for defense, for export deliveries, for inter-republican deliveries. These functions will be undertaken by us and our branches. We have just received a decree by the President of the USSR. The General Director of TASS has been relieved of his position. Leonid Kravchenko has been fired from his post as the head of the State Radio and Television Broadcasting Company. By order of the President, the Novosti press agency is transferred to the subordination of the Russian Federation. General Yevgeny Shaposhnikov has been promoted to the rank of Marshal of Aviation. Today in Moscow, a commission on the realization of presidential orders on the property of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union was adopted. For the first time in 73 years, the party is subordinate to municipal authorities. Former Komsomol leader accused the party of creating a party dictatorship in the country and asked about the 2,500 full-time staff members of the city party committee. The answer was that virtually all Communist Party property has been seized and their bank accounts frozen. There is no legal basis yet for transfer of Communist Party property into other hands, but this will be achieved. The party's fleet of automobiles should be transferred to the control of the city motor pool. We are showing this pictures for the first time on program ВРЕМЯ. Former party member Alexander Sokolov gave us a tour of this formerly secret place. In recent days, we saw the symbols of the party government here. In this building, the party archives are located. We should maintain a certain order, otherwise many enthusiastic people will force their way into the building to find out about the past. But I think the greatest danger is people who try to force their way in to destroy documents, and we cannot permit this. The final truck full of documents left the building on Friday morning. In Stavropol, the days are quiet and normal here, but there is a small sign on this party building. The building has been sealed off. We could not find anyone from the Central Committee who came here to defend and object to the President's decree on Communist Party property. The Stavropol City Party Committee and other regional committees have also been taken under police guard. What are you doing here? We're guarding this, the property of the people. The question is raised, what was the position of the leaders of the region and the city during the coup? In the decisive moments, local leaders did not speak out in defense of the president, Mr. Gorbachev, and did not help President Yeltsin oppose the coup plotters. Their position, it can be proven by reading the articles in local newspapers from that time. And the participants of the meetings, which were held in those days, agree. The Minister of the Mass Media of the RSFSR, Mikhail Poltaranin, supports the plan of various journalists for the profound reform of the telegraph agency of the Soviet Union to change it into an independent news agency and make it the property of its workers under the control of an elective body, governing body. An initiative group was told by Poltaranin that the reorganization of TASS will be done on the basis of orders by the Council of Ministers and President Yeltsin. TASS, Poltaranin said, should become an independent structure governed only by applicable laws, including the law on the press. No government or party should be allowed to put pressure on TASS, he said. The newspaper put out from the Russian Federal Building has become the most popular newspaper in recent days. Russia is the newspaper of the Presidium of the Russian Supreme Soviet. I'm holding the first issue, which came out after these famous events. The coup has been destroyed is the headline. It's an appeal to citizens for help. How did these journalists work in those most difficult times? When the Pretender Committee ordered them to, these journalists did not abandon their posts. They put out their newspaper on Xerox, threw it out the window, and asked people to copy it themselves and distribute it. Initiators from the crowd helped us. They came, copied our materials, and we received calls from the farthest points of the country the next day indicating that our information had reached them. Everyone worked with great energy. The journalists of the newspaper Russia, including many women, were ordered to, or were suggested that they leave the building to avoid danger to their lives, and they said, no, we will stay here and defend democracy. We are together, we are powerful together, and we will not leave you alone, they said. The Black Night in the White House is